Summer 2025 is shaping up to be quite the weather spectacle across Europe. Early predictions indicate a dynamic atmospheric pattern, starting with increased precipitation. This means we might see a wetter beginning to the season, which could be a relief for some regions. However, as we move into the middle and later parts of summer, the forecast suggests a shift towards drier conditions and a significant rise in temperatures. Heatwave potential is looking above normal, which could lead to some sweltering days ahead. It's crucial to remember that these long-range forecasts are influenced by a multitude of global factors, so they're not set in stone. They provide a glimpse into what we might expect, but the atmosphere is always full of surprises. So while we prepare for a summer that could swing from wet to dry and hot, let's keep an eye on these evolving trends. This summer, the CANSEPS model reveals a striking high-pressure anomaly dominating north-central and northwestern Europe. This setup typically signals a low-pressure zone lurking over the southern regions and the Mediterranean. Expect above normal temperatures across much of Europe, driven by this high-pressure system, while the Far East may experience cooler conditions due to a more northerly flow. In terms of precipitation, the forecast indicates a broad dry area associated with the high pressure, but watch for increased rainfall in the south-central regions and the Mediterranean, likely influenced by that low-pressure zone. Overall, we're looking at a significant potential for drought and heat waves in central and parts of low northern Europe as summer progresses. Stay tuned for updates as we track these evolving patterns. August 2025 is shaping up to be an intriguing month as we wrap up the meteorological summer in the northern hemisphere. With September on the horizon, we can expect a noticeable drop in temperatures. The pressure anomaly forecast reveals a significant high-pressure zone dominating central and northern Europe, bringing with it a warmer air mass. This could lead to some intense heat waves, particularly in the central regions, while the east may experience cooler conditions due to a low-pressure area. As we dive into the temperature outlook, warmer than normal weather is anticipated across much of the continent, with peak anomalies concentrated in central and northern Europe. Meanwhile, precipitation patterns show mostly dry conditions over Central Europe, thanks to that high-pressure zone, while the east and far north are likely to see more rain. To add a twist, we're also considering insights from the updated Canadian CANSEPS model, which could provide a fresh perspective on the evolving weather patterns. August is definitely going to be a month to watch. July 2025 is shaping up to be quite interesting across Europe. As we dive into the heart of meteorological summer, expect temperatures to soar, especially in southeastern and central regions. A significant high-pressure system is settling in, creating a blocking pattern that will keep warmer air flowing up from the south. This means we can anticipate above normal temperatures for much of the continent, while the southwestern areas will see near-normal conditions. However, the far north won't escape the influence of a low-pressure area, leading to cooler temperatures there. Precipitation-wise, central and low northern Europe will likely experience drier weather under that high-pressure zone, while the northern UK and Scandinavia brace for wetter conditions due to the westerly flow from the North Atlantic. It's a month to watch, with warmth dominating much of Europe, but a few regions catching some rain. As we dive into the June 2025 forecast, the European Center for Medium-Range Weather Forecasts model reveals some intriguing long-range trends. This model is renowned for its reliability, making it our go-to for early seasonal insights. For June, we're looking at a notable low-pressure area over the far North Atlantic, potentially extending into northwestern Europe. This setup suggests a westerly to southwesterly flow across Central Europe, which typically ushers in warmer temperatures and increased moisture, leading to unstable weather conditions. Zooming in on the temperature patterns, we can expect warmer than normal conditions across much of Europe, particularly in east central, southeastern, and northern regions. This indicates a strong westerly to southerly airflow, enhancing those summer vibes. On the precipitation front, the forecast shows a moist flow with increased rainfall expected over west central, northwestern, and northern Europe, aligning perfectly with that low pressure system. It's shaping up to be a dynamic summer, and these patterns will be crucial to watch as we move forward. The warm anomaly over the east and northeast is primarily due to a warmer air mass trapped under a high-pressure area. Meanwhile, a significant portion of Europe is bracing for above-normal precipitation, thanks to a low-pressure zone hovering over western and northwestern regions. In contrast, the southeast enjoys drier conditions, courtesy of the expanding high-pressure system. As we transition from spring to summer, expect vibrant weather patterns across Europe, with more stable conditions predicted for mid to late summer. Now let's dive into the first long-range predictions for summer 2025, starting with June. The European Center for Medium-Range Weather Forecasts model, known for its reliability, indicates a low-pressure area over the far North Atlantic, potentially extending into northwestern Europe. Meanwhile, a high-pressure ridge is forecast to build over the east, reaching up towards Scandinavia. This June, July, August period marks the peak of the warm season in the Northern Hemisphere, setting the stage for what could be an intriguing summer ahead. As we transition from spring to early summer, let's dive into the fascinating weather patterns shaping this period. The latest forecast reveals a low-pressure area settling over western and northwestern Europe. This setup is crucial, as it allows for a southerly flow that brings in moisture from the Mediterranean, creating a rich tapestry of weather across western and central Europe. Meanwhile, a high-pressure zone is building in the east and northeast, fueled by the warm air transported from the low-pressure system to the west. This dynamic interaction results in a significant warm air anomaly, stretching across much of the continent. However, the western regions may experience a slight chill due to that persistent low-pressure area. It's a captivating dance of atmospheric forces, setting the stage for what's to come as we embrace the warmth of summer. Summer 2025 is shaping up to be quite the weather spectacle across Europe. Early predictions indicate a dynamic atmospheric pattern, starting with increased precipitation. This means we might see a wetter beginning to the season, which could be a relief for some regions. However, as we move into the middle and later parts of summer, the forecast suggests a shift towards drier conditions and a significant rise in temperatures. Heatwave potential is looking above normal, which could lead to some sweltering days ahead. It's crucial to remember that these long-range forecasts are influenced by a multitude of global factors, so they're not set in stone. They provide a glimpse into what we might expect, but the atmosphere is always full of surprises. So while we prepare for a summer that could swing from wet to dry and hot, let's keep an eye on these evolving trends.